the only reason why I'll call someone and vent to them is because I cannot handle it anymore. Like, I'm at my breaking point, like, where I just need to, like, well, I don't expect you to say anything back. Because I just need to let it out, and then I need to think about it myself, and then I'll know what to do. But don't be like, oh, that's tough. Like, just don't say something stupid. And I know not everyone could, like, talk to people like that, but you have to have some type of common sense for me to be your friend. So if you don't, like, how is this a thing? So
one-sided relationship.
Yeah, because I don't know. Like I said, I don't like to expose myself or not expose myself, but like talk about my feelings like that, unless I really have to. So that one time they get me like venting to you, you should be happy. You should feel special because I chose you.
Right?
Because I'm most likely not gonna. I'm most likely not gonna do it again. Because once you show me that you don't care, or you don't care as much as I care about. Oh Jesus, this is some spicy onions.
How is it spicy?
Yeah, but like once like you just show me that you don't care as much as I care about you, or I care about your problems, that's just it.
No, fair. I completely agree with that 100%. I feel like if because I'm just like you. I'm like that person who like people will come to for advice, and all the time. Right? Or like, oh, I need your opinion on something.
And it's like the littlest thing too.
No, sometimes it's big. Sometimes it's big stuff.
So. I know, but it's like little things that like you couldn't figure that out for yourself though.
True. Right? And sometimes too, it's like they just want to hear an honest opinion. And like I'm the person who will give you an honest opinion. Like I'll do it in the nicest way possible, but it will be honest. Like if somebody comes to me and they're like, oh, I hate the way I look, I gained like 40 pounds and like I hate it. I'm like, all right, so what are you gonna do about it? Like,
you're not nice when it comes to that things. You're blunt.
I can be sometimes. Sometimes I'm nice. I have to vet my audience. Like if I know you're a sensitive person, I will try to be as nice as possible. But at the same time, like, there's no time for bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? So if you're coming to me and you're like, yeah, like, I gained all this weight and da-da-da-da, I'm like, okay, well, let's look at a few things. Like, first and foremost, when did this start? Because usually when, like, people just rapidly gain weight like that, you went through something and you haven't bounced back from it. So you can date it back to that because you're retaining stress and all this stuff. Secondly, what have you done about it so far? And 3, what are you going to do about it? You know what I mean? Like this, there's no point in the runaround. Like I'll let you vent, but then at some point I just gotta be like, okay, well, how are we gonna change this, right? And I'll help you. I don't mind, but like that I'm cool with. But like if I give you that advice, and then you come to me again in a month, or 2 months, or 3 months, and you're complaining about the same thing, I'm going to give you the same advice. Like, it's not going to change. So.
That's different. Because if I told you my advice already, a day later, it's not going to change. Like, your mindset just doesn't change that fast.
And it's okay. It's okay if you don't make the changes to make it better. As long as I see some improvement. So if you come to me, ask me for advice, I give you my advice, and then we have this conversation again in a month, and I'm like, well, what do you want me to say? Like, I'm going to tell you the same thing. And you'd be like, yes, I realize that. Like, for me, I know it's internal. For me, I know it's something I have to get over, and I have to step up, and I have to do for myself. Like, if you come and tell me that, okay, I'll sit here and I'll talk to you a little bit more. Because it's an improvement from last time, where you were like, I don't know how this happened, to now, I know where it's coming from. Right? So I feel like these things have to be like progressive relationships. And if like conversations aren't progressive, relationships aren't progressive, friendships aren't progressive, why are you wasting your time?
And
She's like, well, I have a few of those.
And to touch on that, I don't know. I just feel like if you have a problem, if you have a problem,
Was that directed to me?
no,
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
like making you like see like I'm like being sarcastic.
That was some serious air quotes, though.
Anyways, if you have a problem and like you're venting to this person and you're talking about this problem, but then you're not doing anything to better the problem or to get rid of the problem, then is it really a problem? And do you actually care about it that much to the point where you're sitting here venting, or do you just want to hear yourself talk? Or do you want to just like talk to the person because
Right?
you ain't got nothing else to do with your life?
Right.
So I don't know, you have to look at that too. Because if someone's sitting here and they're telling me the exact same thing that happened like a month ago, I'm just like, a whole entire month ago you're telling me nothing changed?
Right? No progression, no improvement, no nothing.
Because if it's a problem, it's gonna be on your mind, and you don't see what you're doing wrong in that problem, and you don't see like the thing that is wrong. This is full. You don't see the thing that is wrong in that problem.
Okay, I'm a rubbish for a reason.
Oh, so you're just gonna leave this one here?
Yeah, I'll just throw that one on.
But yeah.
Yeah. I can see that. I get that too. 110% agree with that. And it's like, sometimes like, I get annoyed because like, people don't respect your time. You know what I mean? Like, if you come to me and like, we're like talking whatever, and then you have to go, and you're like, yeah, I'll call you back later today.
And they don't call you back.
I'm like, okay, that's fine. So I have in my mindset that you're gonna call me at some point. So I'm preparing myself for like whatever I'm doing, I'll be able to like drop it and talk to you or whatever.
Cool.
Right? And then you don't, which fine. People get busy. People get caught up. When it happens too much, I'm just kind of like, just don't tell me you're gonna call me back.
Oh no, I don't care. If
You
you
know
tell
what
me
I
that you're
mean?
gonna call me back, I'm gonna forget like the minute you hang up that you're
Yeah,
gonna call me back.
I'm now.
Because there's no, like, I have so much things on my mind, and I don't want to be rude, but like talking to you is not, or it most likely is not on the top of my list. If that makes sense.
Which I'm in a mindset when it comes to that, it's just kind of like, all right, I'll call you later. Okay. I treat it as like something you just say to people, just for the sake of saying to people, because you don't know what else to say.
I can't sit here and say I don't do the same thing, because I do it with certain people. But if I'm really close to you, and I say, oh, yo, like my mom's calling me, or oh, my brother's calling me, or oh, my dad's calling me, whatever, it means that they're calling me, and instead of just having you on my phone in my room somewhere on the charger, I'm just gonna say like, hey, yo, like I'll call you, you know, another time. Do you have the AC on?